It's the my autograph from Peter David.
Wow, very cool.
Howard says to Howard, tactically yours, which proves that I am indeed the tactical officer of the Enterprise F, not just some random schmuck named Margolin.
I love your voice, Howard. You have been doing radio for years. You sound exactly like my radio.
42 years.
Wow.
Yep. Nonstop.
Probably heard some of your stuff.
Well, if you ever heard Chris on the air, you heard me.
That's probably why it sounds familiar. Yeah.
I mean, Chris was with us. Chris was with us for over 20 years. I mean,
wow,
that long? No, I mean,
well, the flip side was a little over 20 years, and then you did reviews from between 98 and 2001. You joined us for Icon and movie reviews, huh?
There's no way I did the flip side for 20 years.
Yeah, your first was July 2001, and your last was like November 2021 when you did the when Dean Stockwell died.
So that was very sporadic though at that towards the end. Okay.
Yeah,
I got to think that would have more 200 segments.
205,
yeah. Over 20 years, yeah. So
I love the flip side.
Trexploration.
I mean it's Trexploration. I'm Chris.
And I'm Albie.
And we're joined by my oldest friend, Dr. Howard Margolin. Dr. Howard Margolin, the host of Destinies, the voice of science fiction on WUSB, Stony Brook, 90.1 FM. That's here on Long Island. Everybody knows I am a Long Islandophile. I will never, ever stop loving or talking about Long Island. And Howard is like a cornerstone of the Long Island identity, the Long Island cultural landscape. He's been doing Destinies, the voice of science fiction, for what, like 47 to 165 years, right, Howard?
Yeah, exactly. I'm a Time Lord. That's right. I'm the Doctor. So when you say Dr. Howard Margolin, that's right. I am the Doctor.
So it seems to me,
Chris was part of our show for over 20 years. I first met Chris back when he sent me a copy of his Quantum Leap novel back in late 97. And he said, it's coming out. And there you go. Chris was first on the show on February 27th, 1998.
Wow.
To talk about the book. And then he joined us for sporadic reviews of conventions and movies, and eventually joined us on a regular basis for 205 episodes of The Flip Side.
Wow.
Between 2001 and 2021, ending only with the death of Dean Stockwell.
Yeah.
That was the final installment of The Flip Side, was the tribute to Dean Stockwell.
That's what took me out of mothballs too. So what was that? Was that 201?
Yeah. 2021, yeah.
No,
you gotta get him off.
205.
Oh, 205, okay. Because I remember my 200th episode was about the premiere of Picard. And then I don't know what I did between then and the Dean one, but at that point it had become so sporadic. But anyway, we're not here to talk about me or Destiny.
A little bit. You got to get him off that hard drive, Chris, before it dies. Hard drives die.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Howard is going to send me digitized things because I have stuff on tape, and tape disintegrates.
Yes.
So,
well, when I give him back the camera that he loaned me, I'll pick up a flash drive from you, and I can put everything onto a flash drive.
I'm sure our listeners would love to hear some of those segments, Chris. I know.
We'll see. I mean, they're a varying quality. They get better as they go on.
Well, you made one as a YouTube video, right? The one where you went into the catacombs in France.
Yes. That was good. I like that one. Big fan.
So yeah, that was my foray into. That's when I still had Final Cut Pro, because I was working for News 12 and I had it on my big old giant Mac laptop. So it was like me dabbling, because I know how to video edit. I just knew how to do it on that program. That program was so simple for both audio and video editing, even though it was a video editing platform. Mm-hmm. And then I had to reteach myself how to audio edit on Audacity, which is it's not a great program, but it gets the job done, and you got to sort of learn your way around it. If I still had Final Cut Pro, forget about it.
I'm a DaVinci guy now. I love DaVinci Resolve. It's free and it does everything.
Well, there you go.
Audacity works perfectly for radio.
I've known girls like that. We're not here to talk about. We're not here to talk about my double entendres. We're here to talk about the Mandalorian and Grogu, or is it Grogu and the Mandalorian? I'm not sure.
I'm just calling it Grogu.
Okay, Grogu. So
all I know is that damn theme song has been earworming me all day.
All right, so it sounds like the fight.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
It sounds like the fight music from
Yeah,
Amok
maybe I
Time.
got it wrong. Me and Rennie were
Anyway,
singing it the whole time. I think we ended the last show of the
so
credits with that too. But
so
then it
guess
turned into the
first.
Klingon song.
Guess first, Howard. What did you think? Hot take: The Mandalorian and Grogu, or Grogu and the Mandalorian. I don't know what it's
I
called.
liked it. It was a very entertaining movie, but remember, Chris, in 1982 when Newsday reviewed Star Trek II and called it an overblown TV movie? Or an overblown TV episode? That's exactly what this is. It's a really good one. It's entertaining, but it is very little more than, 3 episodes of The Mandalorian strung together, because essentially it's the last season that they didn't get to make. And they said, well, let's get the essential elements and do one big story. But visually, it looks pretty much like the TV show. The composer is Ludwig Göransson, who did the first 2 seasons of the TV show. Grogu is still a puppet, It's not much more than that. Plus, it's only been, 3 years since the TV series ended? So it's not like a massive amount of time, like between 1969 and 1982. And you have a different look. I mean, granted, Mando gets a new ship in the beginning of the film.
The Razor Crest, but with a little bit of yellow.
Yeah. So it's not like he's flying around in a fighter plane like he was at the end of the series. So a little bit of an upgrade, but certainly not the difference between TV Enterprise and movie Enterprise.
No.
It's not on that same scale.
But the thing is, you got to figure, I mean, they were doing a huge leap from 60s technology and special effects to what they could do in 1978 when they were producing this picture. I was just watching an entire video about the special effects. First, I listened to our friend of the show, Larry Nemechek, talking to Ziff. I forget his first name. Philip Ziff, maybe, who was part of the original SFX team on the motion picture that got canned because they weren't getting anything done. And then just today, when I got home from work, I had some time and I was watching a video on YouTube from the actual SFX team that did the stuff that you saw on screen. From what I understand, the only thing that made it from the original cut of the special effects was the probe light that scanned the bridge and eventually abducted Elea. But that's it. But we're not talking about Star Trek here. We're talking about Grogu and the Mandalorian. Albie, hot take. Besides, I loved it.
We saw it in IMAX. We tried to see it in IMAX 3D, but they're only playing that at noon, and it's so hard to get 22 miles away by noon for us. So we ended up seeing the 7 o'clock IMAX 2D. We'll go back and see a 3D version, but probably like a smaller screen 3D version. But Howard, you're absolutely right. It looked like 3 or 4 episodes of The Mandalorian just edited together, and which isn't a bad thing because The Mandalorian was good. It was cool to see Grogu on the big screen because
I saw it in 3D 40X.
Wow!
So with the moving seats and the air blasting in your face, and
yes, we have that in Naples, and it's coming to Fort Myers. So we're excited about that. We do have free 40X tickets from Kevin Smith. I want them from Kevin Smith on one of his shows. I don't know if they expire. I hope not.
You guys keep talking among yourselves. I got a low battery warning. I have to go get my plug. So, get to be friends now. You don't have me to be the glue. You have to now contend with each other.
I didn't even have to give you the high sign, Chris. I didn't have to give you the high sign. So, Grogu was very enjoyable. And, Rennie loves Grogu because Grogu's part of our family. And he did have to disappear a while ago to film all that stuff. But he came back and he did not say a word. But me and Chris got to interview him, which was cool. But Rennie and I had front row seats in the IMAX. Not in the pit down below, but like right level with the screen. And every time Grogu was on screen, Rennie would go, "Aw, aw, aw." It was just cuteness overload. And the story was cute. I mean, it was just a normal TV plot of a season, easy to follow. The ending was too crash bang boom for me. And I always fall asleep during those parts where it's just battle and explosions and battle and explosions.
The ending's an homage to Star Wars, to the original Star Wars, to the X-Wing fighter scene, except the X-Wings look a lot more realistic now.
Yeah.
And the same thing, the scene where Mando fights the AT-ATs, that's just a lot more realistic looking than when Luke fought the AT-ATs. It's sort of like, okay, well, everything looks better. These are callbacks to the original movies, but they look way better now. And
Yeah.
It was funny. I finally realized the Anzellans, those little tiny mechanic creatures. They're not mechanical. They're mechanic. That they're half the size of Grogu. And the way they spoke, and I was like, what does that remind me of? And it dawned on me, they're like the worms from Men in Black.
Oh, yeah.
Drinking worms, they have the same sound.
We were thinking kind of like a Boston accent almost, maybe.
But the way they speak like this, like, hey, Jay, you remember like the worms that, hey, Jay, how's it going?
Yeah.
Were they wicked smart? They were wicked smart, right?
I don't think they had a Boston accent.
Yeah, they're basically rod puppets. I think I saw the Adam Savage behind the scenes video of actually puppeting them, and they composited them. They had real backgrounds, but they were doing like one puppet at a time for most scenes and putting them together. But a few times there was more than one puppeteer, but it was just because they were so small and getting enough puppeteers when there were big groups of them. But I like the fact that they used so many puppets, and Grogu was a puppet most of the time, and I really appreciated that because I like the old school puppet look like from Yoda and stuff. It makes sense.
Yeah, there's parts in there where you can definitely see he's starting to turn into Yoda. There's one scene where he's sitting there meditating. It's like, oh, look, he really does look like Yoda there. The one thing that disappointed me, it's not giving away the ending because it didn't happen. I was really hoping that the movie would end with Mando saying, "This is the way," and Grogu would go, "The way this is."
Yes,
because we don't know if they're going to do it. Right. That's what I was really hoping for, to show like the evolution of the character, because this might be the last time we see them. Yeah. And it's been, 5 years or whatever in their time. And he's okay. So he's like the essential equivalent of a 2.5-year-old. Mm-hmm. By the time my kid was 2, she was talking.
Yeah. And he's like 50 something, but 2.5 relatively. Yeah.
Right.
There was, I think he was cooing and making sounds like we couldn't, like, or something, or woohoo, stuff like that, but without verbalizing
it. Would have been like a nice touch to end it like that.
Yeah.
And then Mando could have just sort of tilted his head like, you couldn't see his expression, but
it would have been like the Maggie Simpson saying the one word or something. It would have been amazing.
Yes. Everyone would have been like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they didn't do that. So,
Chris, what did you think?
He didn't see it.
Don't know. I think that I'm happy that you guys got to see it, and I don't know. So, if you are a Mandalorian Grogu fan, and this was the very last entry into that universe that you were going to see, do you think that this is a satisfying conclusion? Albie first.
Well, when Grogu dies at the end, I was just tearing, bawling. No, he made it through fine.
I really, I wanted to see it because I heard that Mando actually roasted him and ate him, and that would probably be pretty baller. Yeah.
That was a porg. Porgs taste good. They taste like chicken. So.
Gotcha.
Or penguin more probably. But I don't think it'll be the last time we see Grogu, just because they make so much money off of him. I know most of my house is Grogu drapes and blankets and pillows and plushes and puzzles and everything, light switches. So they're going to keep dragging him out.
We never saw him in the sequel trilogy. Mm-hmm. So that's 30 years later. He'd still only be under 100.
Or did we?
Did we? Did we see? I don't remember seeing Grogu.
Yoda, Grogu might be the same name in a different language. One might be a title. One might be a name.
Feel like
he ages quickly towards the end.
Was it not established like Yoda is almost 1,000 years old by the time we see him?
I don't know the date again.
900 before he died.
Okay, so unless there's time travel, I guess not.
Right, so maybe he's like the disco. He went forward 1,000 years somehow and then came back.
Maybe,
right?
Well, here's the thing:
Star Trek. Why not?
Grogu is still pre-verbal at 53 or 54 years old. Yoda said, "For 800 years have I trained Jedi," and he was 900 at the time. So that means 100 he was already a Jedi master.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, you don't have to be verbal because Yoda still is not really a great speaker.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So maybe that comes last.
He does a great Miss Piggy impression, though.
Yeah. Pretty good Grover as well.
Yes.
All right, Howard, now you have to answer the question. If you never got to see any more Mandalorian Grogu, any kind of live action, anything, was this a satisfying conclusion aside from what they didn't do? Did you like what they did do?
Yeah, it was an enjoyable movie. It was fun to watch. It was visually entertaining. It was exciting. What I missed was the greater Mandalorian mythology. And I have yet to watch the last episode of the series. I've seen everything but the last episode, so I don't know how it ended yet. But I can understand that if Favreau was trying to do an sort of all access movie, you can't get into the deep. Oh, well, some Mandalorians take their helmets off and some don't, and they were at odds, but then they joined under, Starbuck.
Yeah, Starbuck.
I got to say, it's kind of cool. I met Katie Sackhoff like in between the Battlestar miniseries and the first series airing.
Nice.
So it's nice to see how much she's grown and how much popularity she's gained over the last 22 years.
I'm loving her YouTube channel. She's doing great content there, interviewing people and talking about Battlestar.
Good for her. She was very personable. We met her I remember her at Icon 23.
Mm-hmm. I always loved her energy. She was really good. And I love Battlestar. So
I can't get into like this whole thing. It's just like, it's so like, it's side character syndrome here. And people have been talking about this for quite a while with Star Wars, where Boba Fett became like this entire huge deal with 4.5 minutes of screen time, 3 of that being swallowed by the giant dune worm at Jabba's palace. And they're building an entire freaking series of mythology based on a guy who just kind of stood and turned his head a couple of times in a helmet and then died. Like, I can't really figure out the appeal of building an entire society on the is Boba Fett, he's a bounty hunter, but is he a Mandalorian, or is Mandalorian the name of the guy who's in the suit in the Grogu show, and he's like Boba Fett's bud?
Yeah, it's like a race, religion, right? Combination.
So, but the thing is, Howard was calling him Mando.
Yeah, that's his nickname.
They call him in the show. That's what everybody refers to in the show.
That's almost like calling a police officer Copper or something, I think.
Right, but here's the thing. It's like, so then why did everybody know Boba Fett's name, but nobody knows Pascal?
Din Djarin is his name. Din Djarin.
Din Djarin.
Din Djarin. I always get that wrong.
And you don't learn that until the last episode of season 1.
Yeah. But so... I think the one thing I wanted to talk about the movie, and it stuck out like a sore thumb, is Pedro Pascal's great. But it was him and I think a stunt double, maybe 2, and then a walking double, body double for other scenes. And the walking double is actually, I want to say, John Wayne's grandson.
Huh.
And he has the most non-masculine walk you would ever see. So it's like Pedro Pascal, and then he puts his helmet on and starts walking, and then somebody very femininely walking away. And it's like it's so bad, it's like continuity errors throughout the whole show. So that is the one weird thing. But when I found out later that it was actually John Wayne's grandson, I was like, okay, so they had him walk like John Wayne, maybe in a way. I don't know.
So Albies, he's a little perturbed because he was a little bit turned on. And he doesn't know why.
Yeah, so, but only when he was walking, not when he was talking.
Well, I mean, that's why,
It's the mustache.
You're
Pascal's got the mustache.
He is hot. He isn't. Oh, look at him walk away. Ooh.
I was very confused. I was having feelings. But yeah, it's.
I didn't watch the show on Disney Plus. I don't have any streaming services, so I bought the complete series box set. And
nice.
And 23 out of 24 episodes into it. And then I was really surprised at the beginning of season 3 when it's like, wait, when we last saw Grogu, he was going off with Luke. Now he's back with Mando. Why? How? I found out from my boss, who's a big fan, that, you had to watch the Book of Boba Fett.
Yes.
To find out about the episodes that included the Mandalorian that sort of set up in between seasons 2 and 3, where Luke let him go back to Din Djarin so that he could continue with him and stay with him.
I think it's about 2/3 of the way through Boba Fett, it becomes the Mandalorian again. So
right,
yeah, and you got to watch the whole universe.
I was kind of confused. Right,
yeah. Meg Na Win's good in that.
Oh, I love Meg Na Win.
Yeah, she's great in that. You got to watch Boba Fett just for that. And of course, Katie Sackhoff sprinkled everywhere in the universe right now.
I had no idea Katie was part of the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she
it's
keeps
good
her
stuff.
helmet off most of the time too, so you get to see what she looks like, which is great.
Yeah, it's worth watching, and this Grogu movie, it's worth watching. It's it's nowhere near like the original trilogy.
No.
It's just a fun adventure. And,
Yeah,
it's
a
it's
fun
episodic, it's
standalone.
not
Well,
an
not
epic.
really. It's not epic, but it's. Could it be like I've never seen an episode.
You don't
like
need
I
to see
said.
anything else.
I could go see this
I
and
don't
enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to see it with my roommate from optometry school, who'd never watched any episodes of the series, and he enjoyed it. And out of our rating scale, he gave it 750 out of 950, and he enjoyed
Okay, so
it.
that's. I wanted to do some. All right, we're going to cross the streams now.
Okay.
All right. I
bad.
know they said we shouldn't do it. Right.
That's Ghostbusters.
We're gonna cross the streams.
Hey, Mandalorian has Sigourney Weaver in it. She was in
Yes.
Ghostbusters.
There we
Gotta
go.
love Sigourney.
Smells like
Yeah.
burnt dog hair.
My age limit for a relationship is whatever age Sigourney is.
Okay,
Well,
she must have been very happy for the big climax that she got to put on a Star Wars uniform as opposed to stripping down to her underwear, which at 76 years old, she probably wouldn't want to do.
Bookends. I would have took it though. I would have been okay with it if she started, stripping down after the pew 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 pew. That'd be fun.
Yeah, we're woken you back up. So Howard, the way that we do it, I'll explain Albie, I'll explain our rating system to Howard, and then Howard, I'll explain Destiny's rating system to Albie. You just got to give me one. What's our top level here?
950.
950. Okay. So, Howard, on Trexploration, the way we rate things, it's how many silly objects related to whatever property we're watching out of 5, and you can go up to 10 if you want to. So you can say like, I give it 7.5 Mandalorian poops out of 5. But it has to be something that would actually be in the movie. And then, Albie, you have to do it on the Destiny's rating scale, which is if you were going to see the film in a theater and the top price you would have to pay is $9.50 now.
Yeah.
Howard lives in 1976. It's $9.50 still.
IMAX tickets are what, 27?
No,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. But on discount Tuesdays, you can get in for $7.
Very true. Yeah. Well, actually, ours were $7.50 because we have Regal Unlimited, so it was just the surcharge for the IMAX. So,
right.
So we'll start with Howard first,
and I'm over 60, so I can get in as a senior. So
there you go. Awesome.
So Howard basically sees movies for free now.
Nice.
So he's crafty.
Tuesday popcorn is cheaper.
I wish. No, I paid $24 for the Mandalorian.
Tuesday popcorn's cheaper is because it's the popcorn left over from Saturday night.
Exactly.
That's why. Yeah.
But you get friends with the guys, and they'll give you the big garbage bag of it at the end of the night.
That's your definition of friends with benefits, right?
Yes. At this age, that's my only friends with benefits. Stale movie popcorn.
And if you can't eat it, you can hump it.
Exactly. It's been known to happen. I get lonely.
So Howard,
I've been single for a very long time, Albie. I'm sorry.
Same.
Yeah. Honestly, you guys, wow, I might have to get off this call. So on a scale of 1 to 5 silly objects from Mandalorian and Grogu, Howard, how many? What would you give this? And again, you can go up to 10.
Yeah, it definitely isn't going to go over 10. So I would probably give it 4 Grogus.
4 Grogus out of 5.
Out of 5, yeah.
All right, and Albie, on the famous Destiny's rating scale from 0 to $9.50, what would you give the Mandalorian and Grogu?
I'm going to give it $9.50 because I'm going to say it's a can't miss, so it's worth the money. Now, if it's converted to today's dollars, the 27, I would say 15.
Okay.
Well, 950 being the ultimate scale, that means a flawless, perfect film.
Okay, so it's not that. 775.
I gave it 8, so it's
yeah.
I gave it 8, so yeah, it's pretty close.
And if I had to give it objects, I would give it 8 Grogu snow sneezes.
Okay.
Oh yes, right.
You got to see it
good.
just for the puppeteering and the AT-ATs and the just the music is great too, Chris.
Yes. And the fun part is there's an entire sequence. That's set in this alien planet that looks a hell of a lot like Astoria, Queens.
Okay.
It looks like they shot it underneath the elevated tracks in Astoria.
Yeah,
And if you
I've been there
told
many
me
times.
That
At night.
John Favreau flew a drone under the N line in Astoria between Astoria Boulevard and Queensboro Plaza, and then CG'd an alien city around it with Blade Runner-esque neon.
Blade Runner,
I'd
a
say
lot
yeah,
of Blade Runner, yeah.
So it's like
there's
neon along
there's a food court
Steinway
scene.
Street.
And the streets
sorry,
are
say
hosed
again?
down. Who's the guy, the director? Martin Scorsese's in it with the eyebrows.
Yes. And
he
Anthony
played
Daniels is
Simeon.
in there too.
Well, where is
His voice
he?
is in there. He's the last credit. He's the last cast credit in there. He's a voice.
Oh,
I think because
he was the
he's
tall,
literally been in
skinny-
every theatrical. Huh?
He was the tall, skinny guy beating up Doug Jones, right in the background. You have to know where to look, but it happens.
We're going to go again. We were going to see a double feature, but we saw Billie Eilish 3D concert. That was pretty good. So we'll see it again this week. I think Grogu. Want to see it like once a week until it's out of the theater. Trying to do the Raiders of the Lost Ark thing.
Oh, it's nowhere near as good as Raiders.
No, not at all. But it's fun because we got the unlimited, so it doesn't cost much if we don't go to the IMAX, which we won't the next time.
See,
40X though, that sounds great. You get spit on, you get snowed on.
What?
When you went to, is it 40X, right?
Yeah. Yes, you get rained on.
Rain.
You get rained on. You get sprayed in the face with water a lot, especially in the scene where Mando is fighting the worm monster underneath the Hutt Palace.
Yes.
So you get wet a lot. I had to keep wiping the 3D glasses off.
Does it shake a lot? Like you got to hold on to your popcorn?
Yes. And in fact, my friend who I saw it with, he's got a bad back after a skiing accident some years ago. He said, I couldn't enjoy it. He goes, it was hurting my back by the end. Mm-hmm. He goes, it wasn't just a little bit of movement. He goes, when you got that spaceship battle at the end and the explosions are rocking it, he goes, my back was killing me. I said, okay, for future reference, don't take Barry to the 40X movie.
Yeah, now I kind of want to see it in 40X. Is that 3D though? Is it? It's got to be, right?
It's 3D and 40X. Yes, that's why it was $26.
What's the 4?
So 40X
linear time?
Maybe that's the water in the air.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out what the hell you guys. I've never even heard of this. So basically, we now live in smell-o-vision.
Yeah, there was a thing called the Nickelodeon, right, where you would go and pay a nickel and go in all day,
and then you'd have to put your eyes and then turn the thing.
It's like a Disney thrill ride with a full-size movie attached to it.
Yeah,
I remember doing
so.
that.
Have you ever went on like Back to the Future ride?
I did the Spider-Man ride in Universal. I hear that the Back to the Future ride actually replaced the Spider-Man ride. From what I understand, maybe it didn't. I don't know. I went to the one in Florida.
Years ago.
I went to the
Simpsons
Universal in
replaced
Florida.
Back to the Future. I know.
So, but anyway, so I've been on one of those once. One of those. So it's like that, but you get wet too.
Yeah, they spray things at you, blow air at you.
You know what? Screw that. Yeah, no.
Yeah, and like the seats, there's a little rubber like tube probe that goes by your ankles. So like if you're crunching on glass, this thing will vibrate along your ankles and make you feel like you're walking through a field of grass or something like that.
Did you ever go to Alien Encounter at Epcot or Magic Kingdom?
Is that when they actually shove a probe right up your ass while you're sitting in the seat?
If you know the right people and you make friends with them.
Again, friends with benefits.
Yeah.
Someone's got popcorn, the other one's got probes.
Yeah. I want to see it in everything, but what's the one? Screen X?
Screen X,
to me, it's just that for it to do anything, you got to sit so far away that it's pointless.
Right. I saw Black Widow in Screen X when it first came out, and I did not like it at all because it didn't look like the action on the sides was matching the action in the center. So I said, okay, forget this format. I'll stick to IMAX. And then a year later, when they brought the 40X into the theater near me, I said, oh, I'm hooked on this. When there's
a cleaning cloth.
The only mention of Trek was the comparison to Star Trek 2.
No, that's fine. We don't need it's Trek exploration. We're wide ranging. We do everything genre lately, and
we're expanding now.
We're expanding, especially. And Albie's been a huge. I mean, he brought Grogu to my house when he visited with Rennie.
Grogu went to the Statue of Liberty because
Grogu,
a green lady.
So the statue, one statue. Come on. So Howard's got to go because he's actually doing a live review of Mandalorian and Grogu on Destinies, the voice of science fiction. Howard, plug yourself, plug your show. Where can people find you? How can they listen to Destinies?
If you want to listen live, we are, and you happen to live on Long Island, we're on 90.1 FM WUSB Stony Brook, Fridays, 11:30 to midnight. There's also the Destiny's Archives Mini Marathon, 3 hours of reruns, which can be anywhere from 43 years old to last week's show, depending on, and they're in themes, they're grouped in themes. So this coming one, which will air on Tuesday from 3 to 6 a.m. on WUSB, will be all Star Wars reviews. So it'll be our reviews of, I think, Star Wars episodes 1, 2, and 3. And I think Chris is on at least 2 of those.
Yeah, and maybe if we did Rogue One, did I ever come on? I loved Rogue One. Did we do Rogue One?
No, you definitely were on the Attack of the Clones review. It was you, me, and Elisa Vera de Elisa, who was a DJ at the station at the time. So you definitely did that one with us. So I'm going to run those 3 and this week's review. So that airs 3 to 6 a.m. if you happen to be awake. But
is that streaming anywhere? Is it streaming online?
Probably. I got to think you can do iHeartRadio probably, right?
Well, on the WUSB.FM/schedule, if you're listening outside the country, you can stream at WUSB.FM. There's a little icon at the top left-hand side of the screen. You can, after the show, if you go to the schedule page, there's little speaker icons above the name of the show. You can click on those and you can hear the show up to a week. And of course, the full Destiny's archives can be found at CaptPhilOnline, CaptPhilOnline.com/Destinies with a capital D.html. That has a full listing of every single episode that we've aired since the end of December 2005, and probably another 1,000 shows between 1983 and 2005 in sequential order. You can group them by year. Click on the picture of the TARDIS to take you to the year by year Destiny's Archives breakdown. You go to the main page. That'll be the most recent show first and then chronologically down. But they're all there. There's literally thousands of hours of episodes to listen to, courtesy of Captain Phil Merkel, who has been archiving the show online since 2005.
I love Phil Merkel.
They will be linked below.
Yeah, they'll be linked below. And if you guys out there...
And you can hear hundreds and hundreds of episodes of The Flip Side.
Big fan. If you sift long enough through it. Howard was good enough when I was on the show, we'd put my segment first. So if you know I'm going to be on, usually I'm first. So you can at least hear it fairly easily. And if you want to hear more of the dulcet professional radio baritone that is Howard Margolin, Dr. Howard Margolin, he will also be joining us for our review of the Peter David novel Imzadi. So that is to come as well. Howard was a personal friend of Peter David, so he's going to give us many anecdotes about his time with Peter. And
cool.
Spoiler alert, he even appears in the book. So we got a lot to talk about with Imzadi. So, Howard, thank you so much for joining us. I know you got to go do your show, but I wanted to get it quick and dirty for the Mandalorian and Grogu because Howard and Albie, you've never met, and I knew that this was the topic to bring both of you together for the first time.
It's lovely to meet you, Howard.
You too,
like and subscribe. And if you want to see a video of when me and Chris attempt to go over the waterfall at Niagara Falls in a barrel, but spoiler alert, we chicken out. If you want to see that video, it's on our channel, so subscribe and look for that below.
Trexploration. It's youtube.com/@Trexploration. Support the show, patreon.com/Trexploration. Thank you to all of our intrepid Trexplorers. And thank you for sharing, liking, subscribing. We couldn't do it without you. So for Trexploration, I'm Chris.
I'm Albie.
And I'm Howard Margolin. Thank you for letting me join you.
And we'll see you next time. It's our pleasure, my friend.
Trexploration is a podcast, yeah. Chris and Albie and sometimes John talking Trek all night and day, making no sense along the way. Published author of the Seeker book, father of Serenity, former cook. The beautiful John Irons is our friend. When we get together, it never ends. Original series and next gen. Captain Archer is our friend. Albie loves Voyager in DS9. Archer is our friend. Chris watches Enterprise all the time. Archer is our friend. New episodes, they come and go. All Star Trek is our favorite show. We get guests we can't afford. If you are new, then welcome aboard. It's Albie's only job, so donate well. Like and subscribe and ring that bell. original series and next gen. Captain Archer is our friend. Albi loves Voyager in DS9. Archer is our friend. Chris watches Enterprise all the time. Archer is our friend. New episodes, they come and go. All Star Trek is our favorite show. Yes, we can't afford. If you are new, then welcome aboard. It's Albi's only job, so donate well. Like and subscribe and ring that bell.
Okay.